Welcome to ETeeski Tutorials. So this is a video game that was created by me and Jesse Etzler for the Ludum 28 72-hour game jam. So Jesse Etzler is a YouTuber. He makes Unity tutorials. I believe a lot of them are RPG oriented, but yeah, they're really cool. So that's a really good resource for learning Unity. So go check him out. I'll link him in this description below. I believe his YouTube channel is Jesse Etzler 0. But yes, we created this video game with thanks to Daniel Silveira, addicting, and Dookie Boy, which is a funny name, I guess. But so Daniel Silveira did the rigging and animation of the main character and the Grim Reaper, as you can see above my head. So yeah, me and Jesse at one point while making the game, we're like, oh, we need some rigging and animation done, because both me and Jesse knew how to rig and animate, but neither of us were like good at it. And we figured it would take a lot of time away from the project and it wouldn't be that great of quality. So we started asking around if anybody liked or would want to do rigging and animation, and Daniel Silveira jumped in, and that was really awesome of him. He's really talented. I'll link his website in the description below, but he does a lot of really cool animation and a lot of really cool 3D art. And he created his own game for the Ludum 28 game jam, which I'll also link in the description below, and it turned out really cool. So it was really awesome for him to step away from his project for a few hours. Whoops, accidentally pressed the button. But anyways, it was really cool to have him step away from his project for a few hours to help us with our project. So anyways, this is like a kind of high score torture platformer, and I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a breed between a side-scroller, a platformer, and like a brawler or something like that. So yeah, it's like a weird perspective, and I have like the level memorized because I've played this so many times. But this game is supposed to be really difficult, and you unlock power-ups as you go. So the one I just grabbed was, see, this game's hard. Was knives. So I have spin attack and knives so far. But yeah, and then the other two people who helped us out with this game was addicting. He helped us out for the first day of the 72-hour time period, but he had to step away for family reasons. But yes, he was doing a little bit of artwork and a little bit of music and a little bit of sound. But yes, then what else happened after that? Oh, and then there was Dookie Boy, who did the voice of the Grim Reaper. And then I did all of the programming and functionality of the gameplay. I set up all the prefabs and basically set up kind of like a rough outline of how the level design was going to work. And Jesse did all of the artwork. And let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, Jesse also did the music, and then Jesse also did the level design, because at one point Jesse pulled an all-nighter and did all of the level design in one night, and then I woke up in the morning, and then he went to sleep, so we had alternating sleep schedules. So after he did all of the level design, I did just a little bit more polish on the programming, just to make sure everything was working correctly, like making sure the jumps felt right. So I just unlocked double jump. So yeah, luckily, like just in time, we were able to get the jumping to work correctly. Because yeah, that was a huge problem. Like jumping wasn't like registering every single time. Like every once in a while, you would go to jump and you just like wouldn't jump. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Ow, that was the first time I got hit by that guy. But yeah, what else is in this game? So you get a death count and a high score. Your high score is based on distance, and then plus 5 points for every enemy that you kill. So yeah, the two weapons I have right now are knives and spin attack, which I actually haven't really demonstrated yet. So let me try throwing some knives at one of these guys. One thing about the knives, I got one. Oh, whoop, that was close. One thing about the knives is if they bounce off a wall and fly back at the player, it actually kills the player. So one of the things about all the power-ups is that we wanted to give like unlimited use to all the power-ups, but we also wanted all of the power-ups to potentially hurt the player, or just make it easier and harder at the same time for the player. I think double jump is the only special ability that doesn't make the game harder and easier at the same time. It just makes it easier. And Another thing is that shadows in this game are really important, because from this perspective of gameplay, you really got to use that shadow to show where the player is going to land. Otherwise, this game is just, wow. See, even with the shadow, the game is really, really hard. So as you can see, there are 3 settings, sort of. So as you go through the level, first there's this green area. Oh, that's an odd glitch. There's this green area with trees in the background. And then there's the ice area with like mountains in the background. And then there's like the volcanic area with just a bunch of fire. Oh, dang it. With just a bunch of fire in the background. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to really say about this project. Those signs, I kind of like the way those signs turned out. They just kind of give like little messages. Most people I've noticed just run past those messages. But yeah, I think that pretty much summarizes this whole project. Ah, dang it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much farther. This game's really hard. I've only beaten it once. I think Jesse beat it once, and then like I saw my brother beat it once. So not many people have beaten this game. So if you'd like to go play this game, it is in the link in the description below. It's on the Ludum Dare page. There's a Webplayer version. There's downloadable versions for PC, Mac, and Linux. And I am probably going to port this over to Ouya, because that will be really easy and just take like one afternoon. And this game was meant to be played with a controller. But you can play with mouse and keyboard. I'm playing with an Xbox 360 controller right now, but mouse and keyboard controls do work. Not quite as well, but maybe it's down to preference. But you can probably still beat the game with a keyboard. Let's see what else. Maybe I'll port this over to Android and iOS. Probably Android first, because that'll be easier. And then maybe iOS. I don't know. I have to decide about that, or what to do about that, because, you know, I could program touchscreen controls. I've done it before in the past. And maybe I'll do that. I'm definitely, if I put this on Android and iOS, I'm going to put as much controller support into the game as I can. But yeah, also, if you do a Let's Play of this game, feel free to put ads on it. Everything in the game is original, including all of the sounds and music. Everything was either created by me or Jesse. Basically, I think actually all of the artwork was created by Jesse, aside from the rigging and animation of the main character in the Grim Reaper. And all of it was original work for this Ludum Dare. All of the code was original. It was in C#. And all of the live streams should be available on Twitch, and maybe I will upload them to YouTube, but because they're such long videos, they will probably be glitchy on YouTube, because YouTube tends to do that for really, really long videos. And yeah, I think that pretty much summarizes everything. And there's a blind jump, which is just so mean to the player. Oh, yeah, there's bombs. I'll show off bombs. Okay, I got the bomb. You have to be really careful. I gotta go. Oh. You gotta be really careful with bombs, because bombs have a really big explosion radius. So you have to be really far. Well, that was close. You have to be really far ahead of the Grim Reaper, because those bombs are likely to kill you. All right, there we go. So nothing too special, just regular old bombs. But yeah, they're fun to play with. But you got to be really careful, because they're really likely to kill the player. I think that pretty much summarizes everything. I'm just going to keep going until I die, and then I'll end the video, because I'm getting really far. Oh, super knives. Oh, jeez, that was close. Okay, super knives. And so that's the final ability that you unlock. Oh, basically, that ability came about because I was just messing around with the code, and I was like, I wonder what would happen if I change it from get button down to get button. And basically that's what happened, and it was really entertaining. So we decided to make that an actual gameplay feature. Oh crap. Oh dang it, one of the knives bounced off and hit me. So yeah, you gotta be careful with those knives. But yeah, so that shows off all 3 of the different areas of this game. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this game turned out. I think it's fun. Definitely want to do more game jams in the future, and yeah, so I think that pretty much summarizes everything. So if you want to go play it, it is free, and yeah, until my next episode. Whoops, where's my mouse? I gotta pause the game. There we go. Until my next episode, I will see you later, and keep making games.